But
Right.
it comes highly rated, and it's from the fish hub up the road in
Yeah.
Helensvale Homeworld. Are you happy
Oh,
if
wow,
I
that's
lemon
a
it?
big bit of fish.
Well, I only got one.
Oh,
we
these are the potato cakes.
And here's
Potato cakes.
here's your tartar sauce. Tartare, tartare.
Thank you.
Wow, that is huge, isn't it?
That's massive.
That's Barrow, is it?
Yeah, do you want to
Shit.
have some of that, Roddy?
I just want a mouthful first.
Rosie, you are very tall.
I am.
How tall are you, Rosie?
I'm 5'11".
And,
I used to say, make sure I was 5'11" because boyfriends would say, no, I'm 5'10". So I'd just say 5'11" because I knew I was always taller than them. Pretty much always.
How much is that in centimetres? I don't know. I'm
179.
hopeless. Oh, wow. So your husband, Roddy,
Yes.
thought you had the Princess Diana stoop. I don't know, what does that mean?
Well, you know how in photographs Princess Diana was often seen, particularly in the early days, and she would tip her head like that?
Yeah,
and it was because she was taller than him, and I think that's the main reason why she did it. But also I think she was quite shy to start with because she stopped doing it. And I used to do it all the time because I was always taller than people. And the photo that I used, we met online, and the photograph, the only one that I had available to me that was nice, was me standing with some friends and I had my head stooped. So when Roddy clicked on me to meet me, he thought that I was going to be this shy, retiring wallflower. And I'm not.
I was wrong.
As we know.
Definitely wrong. I can say that. So was that just something that naturally happens, or?
It was just because I was always taller than most people, pretty much taller than, I'm trying to think, I had one or two boyfriends that were either the same height as me or one that was taller. But apart from that, everyone was always smaller. And when you're in party situations and everyone's having a chat, but they're all around this level, you're leaning down and chitty-chatting. So
I don't have that problem because I'm a short ass.
you're a petite little thing.
I'm always looking up.
Gosh,
I'm looking
wind.
up.
And just as well, I'm 6'5" too.
That's it.
Just as well, Roddy.
You were, a flight attendant
I was.
with Qantas.
Like you,
for
Reggie?
Yes, I did the same thing,
Yeah.
but not as long as you.
No, I did it for 27 years.
Wow.
And yeah, I loved it. But I was in my 20s when I did long haul, and that was good. I had the energy for it in those days. Great destinations like Tahiti eventually when I got
really?
senior enough. Fiji, we'd have 4 days just lazing around drinking cocktails. In fact, we would have it in the recreation club. We had blenders so that we could make our own cocktails in a room or
Really?
golf clubs, surfboards, all that sort of stuff. So
So how long haul did you do?
12 years because I did long haul for the first 10, so 89 to 99. And then I went short haul, which was great. And then I went over for the opening of the London base.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, which was really fun. Made some great friends who, I'll remain in my hearts forever. We had a lot of fun.
I enjoyed flying, and I enjoyed, I like looking after people and talking to people because it's just in my nature. But I left Virgin, which I regret, because I had a lot of, I guess, shit from the crew. That was after my big brother, so it was hard because a lot of people wanted photos and stuff with me, and a lot of attention was on me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm super excited about Big Brother bloody coming back again. I never ever thought that would happen.
Well,
after Channel
After what they
7,
did to
yeah.
it.
So after the last Big Brother, which was Love,
Survivor
Love,
in a House.
the love one. It was just like, what the hell?
What do you think of the host?
Well, it was a surprise, Mel. So she's a funny character, but yeah, I was surprised by that. I must have had to Google her up. Even though I do watch the cheap seats. We're going to talk about mental health, and you've had a lot mental health
I've had my
issues.
Yeah.
So how do you cope with that? And
well, it's I've had depression since I was in my late teens. I just didn't really realise what it was, and yeah, it's something that I've had to manage over the years, and occasionally things that affect it, outside things that happen, big major loss or trauma affects it. But at this point in my life, I feel in such a good place.
Yeah.
It's being managed really well. I've had a fabulous psychiatrist, and he's been in my life since I was 29, and I'm now 58.
Oh,
and he's the
wow.
same age as me. His birthday's in August as
Oh,
well.
wow.
So without him, life would have been a lot more difficult to navigate. But then I was misdiagnosed as bipolar. So I spent 3 years on a medication that I didn't need, which was an easy thing to misdiagnose, because at the time but it was depression coming out. It wasn't, so I was diagnosed in a short space of time. So I guess that's why that happened. But I've been off that medication now for about 4 or 5 months, and I haven't felt this good in years.
mental health's very, or like Mum being a paranoid schizophrenic, so I've lived with it all my life.
Well, that's right, and
And
people treat it now. People are a lot more open about it, whereas
oh, definitely.
in your mum's era,
it was embarrassing, and it was like you were embarrassed.
How is she, Reg?
Yeah, not good.
No?
Yeah, nah. So it's good that you're back on track, Rosie. 'cause
Yeah, I feel good, Reg.
I remember you going through that bad patch, and it's like, oh, Rosie's not herself. Like
and
you
I wasn't
weren't
myself.
yourself
And
at
I kept
all.
saying, I'm not myself and I need to have a tune-up. And, yeah, unfortunately,
But I
it all
wonder
came
how-
to a bit of a head before I had that tune-up.
Yeah.
And, so...
So you wonder how many other people, though, that get misdiagnosed.
Well, true. And
I remember like when you were on that medication, you just went, I was even scared to get in the car with you. I was just like, oh, is she going to...
well, see,
Is she going to crash?
Roddy said I'm a completely different person,
Yeah.
and it's so hard to be that person who people, for 3 years I was, really quite different.
So, Rosie, also in your career, you were a nurse.
I was.
How was that?
It was good. I went straight from school into nursing. A relatively small hospital in the northern suburbs of Adelaide, and I did my 3 years of training there. And then I applied for Qantas, so I was 22, and it was when Qantas was just an international airline, and TAA and Ansett were separate. And when I got into Qantas, I tripled my income that I was earning as a registered nurse.
Wow, really?
So, but I did use my nursing lots while I was flying.
When you are flying, like, people do have episodes.
Yeah, they do. They do. So, they had... when I first broke my foot 10 years ago, in New York City, I was on a flight, American Airlines flight, going to Los Angeles in economy with Roddy, and I shouldn't have been flying with my foot the way it was because it could have killed me.
Oh, really?
With a clot potentially from the injury. But anyway, so there I was, and a pregnant lady collapsed down near the back galley. And had an epileptic seizure, and you could see the flight attendants calling for doctors and nurses, and I'm sitting there quietly with my broken foot thinking, surely somebody's got to, And then about 5 minutes later, I said to a very worried-looking crew member, "Did you find someone?" He's like, "No." And then, so I got up and ended up down the back with my broken foot on the ground in my brand new pants, kneeling on the wet carpet.
Oh, gosh.
Helping. And helping. I guess I knew what equipment they had on board and what they could do.
You hacked my Facebook page recently. No.
Everyone thought I kidnapped you.
Was it you, Rosie? Was it you?
It was me. It was me.
No, you, Rosie. I know you set up my Reggie Bird Facebook page years ago. Gosh.
Years ago. I think we were having lunch at the Thai restaurant.
Yes, we were.
And I was like, "Yep, we're going to do this."
Set up a page.
So I'm like the head honch administrator on the page. But we've got to try and find someone to make you the administrator of the page. Although maybe it's safer having me as the administrator of the page.
So I keep getting banned, and my recent ban, you were able to... I asked you, I said, can you tell the people why I'm banned? And then people were all confused because...
They thought I'd hacked your account.
Yeah, they thought you hacked my account.
And then other people must have heard you talk about me before. And they go, no, that's Rosie and Rod. And so anyway, I didn't hack.
So Rosie's my, what is it? Admin on my Reggie Bird
and Rod's
page.
on it as well.
Yeah, so whenever I get banned, people, they can access it.
I haven't had any of it yet.
Oh, I haven't tried the bloody potato cake yet.
A little bit.
I haven't even tasted it yet.
It's gone cold.
It took
it's gone
chunk
cold.
for you.
Okay, thank you.
It's cold, but it's nice.
We do have fun. I mean, wasn't that good fun down at Pacific Fair when we were looking for your finale dress?
Yeah. What shop was it?
We took ourselves into Gucci and sat there.
Gucci shop.
And had a couple of glasses of champagne while eyeing off a beautiful handbag that neither of us had any intention of buying.
None of us were going to bloody buy. But you knew all the moves, like you went in and...
Well, I've got a couple of pretty little Gucci things that Roddy got for me, send a link for a Christmas present.
I've never been in one of those shops. Ever. Yeah,
that was a fun day.
That was a fun day. And the Louboutin shop.
Yes.
With the shoes. But you knew how to work that room. And we got free shit. It was good. Free champagne. And I'm like...
Well, we do like free shit.
Oh, gosh. They would have seen me walking in and gone, oh, who's this bogan thing? Like Pretty Woman. Nah, fuck off, I'm not serving you, but...
Well, you did end up with the shoes and a beautiful dress from Zimmerman.
Yes.
And you won.
Yes.
I did have fun, though, down in Tassie with you. When we were... Remember we went up Mount Wellington?
Yes.
In the Japanese van?
Anita's car, my sister's car.
And
the El Grand.
It got up the top and then it just... Died. And I was freezing, and I stayed in the car. I got out for a little bit and went, yep, nice. And we were shooting a documentary on your life.
Yeah.
And then on the way down, the brakes started burning. And, that was an eventful day, wasn't it?
That was an adventure.
And we stopped at the bottom where you had your first wedding reception.
Oh, my God, Cascade Gardens.
And it was like, it's time for a beer.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I hadn't been back there since I got married to Adrian, which was back in September 2000 and... Shit.
Well, did you marry him in 2000 and something?
No. 1980. Hang on. Oh,
Can't have been the 80s.
it's not the 80s because I'm still at school.
Can't have been
When
the
did
80s.
I get married? So, Rosie, you also nearly died of the flu.
Yeah, I did.
Tell us about that.
Gosh, that was 2018. I had a temperature of 40.5.
Oh, wow, that's high.
Yeah, and you could see the nurses there sort of thinking, wow. Anyway, she wrote a letter and said, you know, if this gets any worse or if you don't get any better, go to the hospital. So, but I didn't think that I was that sick.
Like,
you know,
would you even know? That you probably wouldn't know.
I didn't really think that hard, and I waited until about 9 o'clock that night, and we tried to walk to the car, and I couldn't even walk to the car. So Rod had to call an ambulance, and I couldn't walk, and I was coughing blood, and I couldn't breathe. I was really, really struggling. So anyway, I got to the hospital, and the nurse was leaning across the trolley that I was on and talking to the ambulance driver and just having a chitty chat, and then they took me around the corner and sort of plugged me in and started taking a few observations and stuff. And next thing, it was a whirlwind around me, putting in central lines and, yeah, trying their hardest to save me because my oxygen levels in my blood were so low that they were concerned that I might go into organ shutdown.
Oh, wow.
Once one starts to shut down, they all sort of follow suit.
Really?
So Rod didn't realise how sort of serious
Severe.
it was. And, you know, rightly so. And they said to him, okay, we're going to take her upstairs now. And Roddy said, oh, what, just for the night? And they said, no, we're taking her to ICU. She's really sick.
Shit.
And he came up, and I remember that first night quite well, but from then on he didn't. They put a big mask on my face because I just wasn't getting oxygen, and they would come over and inject something into the line on my arm, or wherever it was, and there were monitors above my head, and they weren't looking at me, they were looking above my head, and I was just watching them all to see what sort of expressions they had. You know, they all looked really concerned. Yeah, so 2 days later they put me into an induced coma because I was so exhausted, and I ended up with double pneumonia, and I was in an induced coma for 10 days. And I'm very lucky that I came out of it.
How were you feeling when COVID hit? Like,
Frightened.
You'd be like me with Lucas.
Frightened.
Just scared of...
Yeah.
That was scary times.
Yeah, it was.
And you've also had heart, nearly with your heart
I
as well.
had 85% occlusion of my LAD, which is the main artery into your heart. They call it the widowmaker.
Oh,
Because if it
why
blocks,
is that? Cool.
if it blocks, there's no coming back from it.
Is it like after a spider?
No,
I heard the spiders.
No, they
Isn't
call
a spider a widow and it kills and shit?
a black widow spider.
Yeah.
No,
Is
well,
that-
it kills you, but that is the artery, the main artery into your heart muscle, and it if that's blocked, then that's it. That's
You're
why they
fucked,
call it
Yeah?
the widowmaker.
That's the one that if it blocks...
So it's got to be after a
it
spider.
well, widowmaker meaning it kills
It
Yeah,
kills.
'cause
It
that-
leaves you without a partner. I had a stent put in the. What is the LAD? The left.
Left anterior descending artery.
So what does a stent...
like
I've
a little
heard of
balloon.
stents.
Opens it up. So it was closed down 85%. They put the stent in and opens it back up again.
Is it like...
It's like a little expanding thing.
Yeah?
It
And
opens
Like a little
does it,
balloon.
Into
does
the
it keep
artery.
moving like while it's in your body?
No, it just
It just goes in it, and they pump it up, and I'm on medication for cholesterol.
Gosh, you should buy a lotto ticket, Ros.
I should, Reggie.
I think you should.
Speaking of issues
Like-
with health, I think you beat me
Oh.
by a long shot.
You've already eaten your potato cake.
Well, actually, my husband ate most of
I
mine.
didn't. I just had a little nibble.
You had
I had a
lot.
tiny little bit.
and you ate half of mine, Rod.
Anyway,
Oh, sorry.
Reggie's.
Anyway. Potato cake or potato scallop, Rosie?
It's a scallop, Reggie.
Scallop.
No.
Potato scallop, that's what I grew up with.
Potato cake.
Scallop.
Potato
We're gonna
cake.
have a vote.
Any questions for me, Rosie?
No, but I very much value our friendship, Reggie. So it's not things that I do for you, it's stuff that we do together.
Yeah.
And we have fun.
We do. We have
So
well,
cheers, Reg.
cheers, Rosie and Rosie. I want to have a Can we have a selfie? Oh God, look at my hair, Roz.
I think we're both in that same boat.
Okay,
Jay.
you ready? Yeah. Oh gosh, the lighting's bad, Rod.
You're on your own there, Reg, today. Normally I'd dump in there and save it.
Yeah.